Do you get confused when to use more and most? Do you also get confused when to use passive voice and indirect speech? Dear learners, welcome to session 4 of course 1.0 on English Basics for Effective Communication. In this session, we are going to see degree, voice and narration, that is reported speech. So let's begin. Degree of comparison in English. Introduction. Degree, as per the Oxford Dictionary, the definition of degree is the amount, level or extent to which something happens or is present. In grammar, the same degree mean any of the three steps on the scale of comparison of adjectives and adverbs, namely positive, comparative and superlative. So degree is nothing but use of adjectives to make comparison in various contexts. It is much needed in speaking. So when we speak, we usually use the degree to make comparisons and to show something is better or someone is better than someone else. If it is used correctly, definitely it makes us an effective speaker. Types of degrees. There are 3 degrees of comparison. Look at the following sentences. She is smart. It's a positive degree. But her sister is smarter. It's a comparative degree. However, their brother is the smartest. Right. So here positive degree, here simply smart adjective is used. Smarter, now there is a comparison between these two sisters. And here now the comparison is between two sisters and the brother. And the brother is the smartest. So the first sentence about denotes mere existence of some quality and it is used in isolation when there is no need of any comparison. But when there is comparison between two things, the comparative degree is used and the superlative degree is used to reflect the best in the group. Now in the third sentence, out of these three, amongst these three, the brother is the smartest. Let's move ahead to make comparison. I hope we have seen this and you have studied this very well in our second part when we learned about the parts of speech, that adjectives they take er and est or more and most when we are making the comparison. So when to use er, ier or more, that I guess you are well aware now, that when it is a single syllable word or the double syllable word and so on. So to make comparisons, suffixes er or ier or more is used, and in superlatives suffixes est, ist or most is used. Comparative degree to make comparison, the comparative degree is used to make comparisons like she is more intelligent than her friend, which of those two stories is better for publication, today is hotter than yesterday. So here in all the sentences we are making comparisons. Superlative degree to reflect the best in the group, like she is the most beautiful girl in the class. So she is compared with all the girls in the class and she is assigned the most as the most beautiful girl. That's why the most beautiful. He is the tallest player in the team. Out of all team members, he is the tallest person. Then we use superlative. Now when we think about degree, instead of, definitely there are many rules and we should keep them in mind, but it is very important to keep in mind some of the irregular adjectives and adverbs of comparison. What are those? So the irregular adjectives or adverbs, they do not take er or est in their comparative and superlative form. So for bad, evil, ill, worse and worst, much, many, more, most, late, latter, latter, latest or last, good, well, better, best, old, older or elder, oldest, eldest, far, farther, farthest, out, adverb, outer, outmost, in, inner, innermost, up, upper, uppermost. Let us see the correct usages of comparative degree now. To compare someone or something with someone or something else is the simplest definition of comparative degree. Like he is wiser than his younger brother. Between two brothers, comparison is between two brothers. This car is certainly better, but it's more expensive than the other car. When we want to describe how something or someone changes, we can use two comparatives with conjunction and it is also known as parallel degree. Parallel degree. Now, instead of going in more details from the rules and the theoretical part, I have chosen this way to describe the grammatical part with the examples. So here, when we want to describe how something or someone changes, we use it double comparative or parallel degree. Like the balloon got bigger and bigger. The lockdown is getting more and more extended. Grandfather is looking older and older. Correct usages of comparative degree. When different qualities of the same person are compared, we should use more plus positive degree. Let us see the examples. Now it is incorrect to use like she is wiser than fairer. No, we should say she is more wise than fair, because what we are doing, we are comparing two qualities of the same person here. Second example, she is shorter than fatter. No, here it is, she is more short than fat. Certain adjectives of comparative degree that take to after them and not than, like senior, inferior, junior, prior, anterior, posterior, preferable, they take to after that. Senior to, inferior to, junior to, preferable to. Let us see the examples. Like he is superior than me. No, here we should use it. He is superior to me. Tea is preferable than coffee. No, tea is preferable to coffee. Now, the next is multiple number comparisons. When something is compared with another thing according to their numbers, the sentence follows a different structure. And these multiple number comparisons include half, twice, three times, four times, etc. Like John has half as many wickets as Watson has. Robert works twice as much as Alex does. I have three times as many runs as he has. Next, double comparatives. There is unique structure of English sentence which starts with a comparative and takes another comparative to complete it. For example, the more you write, the smarter it gets. So here we can see the is used in front of before the comparatives, and it is taking another comparative to complete it. The sooner I leave, the earlier I'll reach home. The thinner you become, the easier you feel. Now, generally, the article the does not precede a comparative, but in this unique structure of sentence, the precedes both of the comparatives. And there is one more structure which takes the, like Karan is the better player of the two brothers. Now, here we are comparing two and showing one as better. That's why the and double comparison. Maria is the smarter of the two girls. Next, illogical comparisons. There cannot be any comparison between a thing and a person, and it must be between two things or two persons. For example, just look at the structure. Incorrect and correct, this sequence I have mentioned. So first incorrect sentence, his watch is cheaper than his employee. Here we cannot compare a non-living thing with living things, right? So watch and employee. So the correct is his watch is cheaper than his employee's watch. That is correct. Logical comparison. My salary is lower than Sumit. Illogical. My salary is lower than Sumit's salary. The duties of a mother are harder than a father. No, the duties of a mother are harder than that of a father. Then superlative degree is used to compare someone or something to every other person or object in the group. Right? We saw the comparative degree. Now let us see the superlative degree. So it is used for what? To compare someone or something to every other person or object in that particular group, and we use the article with superlative degrees. Like English is the most interesting subject. Is it correct? English is the most interesting subject. Look at the incorrect sentence now. English is more interesting than all other subjects. Usually we have a habit of saying this. English is more interesting than all other subjects. If you are making comparison, means we have to use the most. English is the most interesting subject. Likewise, there are other examples. It was the happiest day of my life. Everest is the highest mountain in the world. That's the best film I have watched this year, and so on. Let's move ahead. The superlative degree. Superlative degree is used to compare three or more things. Keep it in mind that superlative degree is used mostly to make comparison between three or more things. Like saying like this, he is the best musician of the two. No, we cannot use the best if you are comparing two. If you are comparing him with all other musicians, then yes, you can say he is the best musician in comparison with all other musicians. Avoid double superlatives. What mistake usually we make is like we use double superlatives, and the double superlative great example is this. This is the most biggest building in the city. This is the most biggest car I have seen. This is the most biggest challenge we are facing, and so on. So most biggest, no, simple, this is the biggest building in the city. Let us do exercise now on the degrees. As usual, please take pen and paper and go on solving this in your notebook. Be ready with your answers, with your keys, and we will compare them with the actual keys, the correct answers immediately. So first, my house is than yours, big. This flower is beautiful than that one. Now we have to simply beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful, big, bigger, biggest, more big. Simple, you have to do this. This is the interesting book I have ever read. Non-smokers usually live long than smokers. Which is the dangerous animal in the world? A holiday by the sea is good than a holiday in the mountains. Who is the rich woman on earth? The weather this summer is even bad than last summer. He was the clever thief of all. And we can run fast, they can. Ready? I hope you have got some of the answers. You are ready with your responses. Let us see. First, my house is bigger than yours because you are just comparing two houses. This flower is more beautiful than that one. Again, comparison is between two, not more than two. And here bigger, why? Because it is big is the single syllable and beautiful is more syllable. So big and more beautiful. This is the most interesting book I have ever read. Now you are just talking about one interesting book of all the books. Non-smokers usually live longer than smokers. Which is the most dangerous animal in the world? A holiday by the sea is better than a holiday in the mountains. Who is the richest woman on earth? The weather this summer is even worse than last summer. He was the cleverest thief of all. And we can run as fast as they can. Let us move ahead and see the second part now. Active and passive voice. What is active and passive voice? In English, voice is an important grammatical category. It decides whether a doer, that is a subject, a receiver, that is object, or an action is important. Look at the following examples now. The committee cut the budget. The budget was cut by the committee. The budget was cut. Now in these three sentences, the emphasis changes as per the need or as per the context. In the first sentence, doer, the subject, the committee cut the budget. The importance, weightage, emphasis given on the committee. In the second, the budget was cut by the committee. There were a lot of things which were cut, but the budget was something which is making us wonder. That's why we are saying the budget was cut by the committee. And here the budget was cut by the committee. It is least important. The budget was cut. This is the matter of concern for us. So this is used when we are making passive. The action remains the same, but the focus changes depending upon the context. The simple rule to convert active into passive is just to exchange the places of subject and object considering the context with some rules. Now, I'm not going to go in much details about the rules and that part, but yes, it is also very important to just focus on some of the rules and take a review of those rules with structure and that part, unless which we will not be able to proceed successfully. Like, look at this now, the present tense and its passive form with some structures and the formulas with example I have tried to give. So simple present, it is like I write a letter, subject plus verb, and its base form with yes, es plus object. We have seen all that in our last session on tenses. When we are making passive of the simple present, it becomes a letter is written by me. Right now here the subject, which is the object of previous sentence, right, is taken first, then auxiliary form, then verb and its past participle and by. These are the fixed things in all the passive forms, right? So here auxiliary is taken is verb pp, write, wrote, written, by is taken, and the objective case of the subject, I becomes me here. While looking at pronouns, we have seen subjective, objective, possessive cases of the pronouns, right? Present continuous, I am writing a letter, subject, verb, ing, object, and here same, the object is becoming subject here, is auxiliary, being written by me, right? What is added now? Auxiliary and being, and same as it is, BPP, past participle, and by. Present perfect, I have written a letter has been written by me. Here auxiliary has plus been, verb pp, by, and me. This is the structure of present tense. Now past tense, the same, just in past with some past verbs and auxiliaries. Simple past, I wrote a letter was written by me. Now instead of auxiliary am is are, was where will come here. Here I was writing a letter was being written by me. Again here instead of am is are, just was where will come. And in past perfect, I had written a letter had been written by me. Instead of has or have, here will come had. Alright, so future time, there are only two comparisons, there are only two passives. The third, the perfect continuous future is not converted into passive. So simple future, I shall write a letter shall be written by me. I will have written a letter will have been written by me. Here we are taking shall, will plus be, VPP, by, or will here and have been, verb pp, by, and the object. With modals also we make the passive in this way. I can write a letter can be written by me. Simply we have to add be after the modal auxiliary. Rest as it is like the previous forms. So here subject a letter, modal auxiliary can be written by me. Passive of imperatives, how to make passive of imperatives is something which is very important and one should know, all should know how to make that. Imperatives like requests, orders, advices, suggestions, prohibitions, the structure is let the object, then be, and the past participle. For example, change the vise. Its changed vise is let the vise be changed. So here we are taking let, right? Object is the vise here. So we have taken object the vise. Then we have added be and past participle of change, the verb changed. Let the vise be changed. Pick up the box. Let the box be picked. The passive form has to begin with you when the object of the verb in the active voice is not given, like work hard. You are advised to work hard. Be in the queue. You are requested to be in the queue. Now here you is not given, so or the object is not given, we have to add you. Correct usage of passive voice. Passive sentences with two objects. In such passive voice, one of the two objects becomes the subject, the other one remains an object. Which object to transform into subject depends on what you want to put the focus on. Let us see example and we will understand. Now here are two objects. She gave me a book. She gave me one object, a book another object. Now which you want to focus upon, depending on that passive is done. So first, if I want to focus on the book, then the passive will be a book was given to me by her. A book was given to me by her. And the second is I was given a book by her. It was no one else, but I was given a book by her. Next, two forms of passive voice. Personal with transitive verb, like a letter is written by me. Without agent, a letter is written. And impersonal, mostly with intransitive verbs. Active, we all believe that she is in India. And passive, she is believed to be in India. Or other, people say that children are afraid of the dark. Passive, it is said that children are afraid of the dark. Right? So personal, where they are usually used with transitive verbs, and some personal pronoun are there used, or sometimes they are omitted. The agents are omitted just to emphasize on the action. But in impersonal, which are mostly used with intransitive, there is no any presence of the object or the agent. Like she is believed to be in India. Now believed by whom, not important, but simply she is believed to be in India. Also, it is said that children are afraid of the dark. It is very important to focus that children are afraid of the dark. Who says that? Doesn't matter. It is said that, generalized. In technical and scientific writing, it is advisable to use passive without agents to active objectivity. Passive voice is also preferred when the focus is on a generalized notion, like people require water for everything. It is generalized, so no need of people required. Simply water is required for everything. By the people is default. We should apply by 31st December. Right? You must see that in most of the applications or the advertisements, this is given. Applications must be sent by 31st December because the important is sending of the applications. You is generalized. The passive is usually chosen also for writing sentences with expressions get or got, it is said or reported, thought, believed, said to be, etc. Like they married each other last June. It is incorrect to say it like this, but the correct is they got married last June. The armed forces selected me twice. No, I got selected for the armed services twice. Let us do exercise on voice now. John collects money. You have to make these sentences, convert these sentences into passive. Anna opened the window. We have done our homework. I will ask a question. He can cut out the picture. The sheep ate a lot. We do not clean our rooms. Stand up. The glass broke as you walked over it. And the last, English into bracket speak in many countries. Ready with keys? Let us see them one by one or all at one. The first, money is collected by John, right? The window was opened by Anna because the past makes it past. If it is the present, it makes in the present. Our homework has been done by us. A question will be asked by me. The picture can be cut out by him. A lot was eaten by the sheep. Our rooms are not cleaned by us. Now there is no subject object in the eighth one, that's why you are ordered to stand up. And the glass was broken as you walked over it. And the last, English is spoken in many countries. Alright, let's move ahead and see the third section of this session, that is narrative, direct and indirect. Now, what is narrative? Narrative is, in writing or speech, the process of giving an account of a sequence of events, real or imagined, or it is also known as a storytelling activity. In narration, when we use a reported speech, we usually talk about the past. There are two ways of narrating events or telling a story. One is direct speech, in which the exact remarks or the speech of the narrator is presented using double inverted commas, and the indirect speech, in which the exact meaning of the remark or the speech is presented changing the narrator's exact words, usually in past tense. While using indirect speech, we change the tense, person and time according to the subject. So when we are changing this direct speech into indirect speech, we focus, the major change is in tense, person and the time, and we should take care when we are making indirect or reported speech. Let us see now ahead. Now read the following paragraph and try to make the indirect of this. It is what Neha's teacher announces in her class. There is an announcement and Neha goes back to her home and tells that announcement to her mother. How she will convert. The announcement goes like this: girls, on 25th May, we are going to organize a speech competition. Those of you who are interested in delivering a speech may give their names to me. Teacher is announcing this. Girls, you can choose any topic for your speech. You will be required to speak at least for 5 minutes and maximum time you can take will be 7 minutes. Those of you who come first, second and third will be given attractive prizes. Right? Now, how Neha would report this announcement to her mother at home? She will do like this. Mom, our teacher today told us that on 25th May, the school is going to organize a speech competition. Those of us who are interested in delivering a speech might give their names to her. We can choose any topic for our speech. We would be required to speak at least for 5 minutes and maximum time we can take would be 7 minutes. Those of us who come first, second and third would be given attractive prizes. You would have just observed changes in the person and in the tense of the verb, right? So let us go ahead and see. There are many rules of reported speech, but we are going to focus on some of them, and we are going to focus particularly how these three things are changed in the reported speech: person, that is pronouns, tense and time or the adverbs according to the subject. So pronouns, how they are changed? Change the pronoun depending on who says what. Like she says, my dad doesn't have time today. She says that her dad doesn't have time today. Now here we have not changed the tense. You just observe it, right? But pronoun is changed. My, her, it is changed here. Tense, no backshift when or if the introductory clause is in simple present, or he says here. What is backshift? That is changing present tense into past tense. So there is no backshift. We should not change present into past when the introductory clause is in simple present, like this, right? He says I speak English. He says that he speaks English. The change only will be here. I speak, it will change as per the third person singular. Now, what is backshift? You must change the tense if the introductory clause is in simple past. like he said, and that is known as back shift. Like he said, I am happy. He said that he was happy. We are changing the tense. Am, present, was, past. Backshift, the changing of a present tense in direct speech to a past tense in reported speech, or a past tense to pluperfect, that is past participle we say. Now these are the tense change in the reported speech of the tenses. Simple present becomes simple past, present progressive becomes past progressive, simple past, present perfect and past perfect, all they become past perfect, past progressive, present perfect progressive, past perfect progressive, they become past perfect progressive, future with going to, was or were going to, second with will, and conditional would will become conditional one would only. Okay, let's move ahead. Now how the transformation in case of place and time is made when in the reported speech. So today becomes that day, now becomes then, yesterday, the day before, days to go, days ago, days before, last week, the week before, next year, the following year, tomorrow, the next day, the following day, here, there, this, that, these, those. Reported speech of questions. For question with interrogative, interrogation, that is WH questions, instead of that, question verbs such as ask, enquiry, enquire, wonder, want to know, and if no interrogation, use if or whether. So if the question is with WH, instead of that, we use the question verbs like asked, enquired, wondered, wanted to know, and so on. But if there is no WH question, we have to simply use if or whether. Let us see the example. Now this is simple statements, direct speech and reported speech. He said she lives in Mumbai. Direct speech. Reported, he said that she lived in Mumbai. Question with interrogative, he asked, where does she live? WH question. He asked where she lived. Now asked has remained here. Here also he inquired where she lived. Question without interrogative, he asked, does she live in Mumbai? No WH here. He asked whether she lived in Mumbai, or he asked if she lived in Mumbai. Next, orders, use of verbs tell and ask when we are making indirect or the narrative reported speech of orders. Simple tell and ask verbs are used, like just keep quiet, the teacher told us. The teacher asked us to keep quiet. It is the order, and we are using this comparative adverb asked. Requests or suggestions, you must read that book. He advised or urged me to read that book. There are some modern ways of using this reported speech wherein we can simply keep the rules aside because the focus is on the emotion or ideas. So in that case, we can use an alternative pattern like I'm sorry. Here, the focus is on the emotion of being apologized or asking for apology. So we can say he apologized instead of saying he said that he was sorry, which looks somewhat unacceptable. So it is okay if we say he apologized. I am not going to help you, he told. Right? So he refused to help me. This is also okay nowadays. Instead of saying he told me that he was not going to help me. All right. So let us do the last exercise of today's session. Solve in your notebook. They said, this is our book. She said, I went to the cinema yesterday. He said, I'm writing a test tomorrow. You said, I will do this for him. They said, we have never been here before. Where is my umbrella? She asked. Are you going to the cinema? He asked. Meet me at the cinema. he said, and don't worry about us, they said. Convert those direct into indirect or reported speech. All right, so let us see the keys now. The first is they said that was their book. Now, no need of using double that. They said that was our book, right? So instead of double, we are using only single that. They said that was their book. She said, I went to the cinema. She said that she had gone to the cinema the day before. Now here that is added. Went, because it is past, it's become now perfect past. She had gone to the cinema. Now because it is yesterday, the day before. He said that he was writing a test the next day. Tomorrow becomes next day and the present becomes past. Why? Because here the first the let us say a reporter is reporting in the past, and the reported speech, though it is in present, it is converted to the past, into the past. You said that you would do that for him. Next, they said that they had never been there before. Sixth, she asked where her umbrella was. Seventh, he wanted to know if I was going to the cinema. 8. He asked me to meet him at the cinema. And last, they told her not to worry about them. I hope you got many of these sentences or almost all of these sentences correct. At the end, let me conclude by giving you some of the important views. Degree is used for making comparison, comparative to make comparison between two, and superlative degree to show the best from the group. Passive voice is used to put emphasis on action or the receiver of that action. Reported speech is usually used to narrate past incidents to someone who was not present on the scene or at the time of action. Altogether, the degree, comparative, superlative, active, passive, or reported speech, out of those, superlative degree, passive voice, and mostly reported speech, these three are mostly used in news reporting. You must have observed when you are reading newspaper or even watching news on television, you find that most of the time the passivization and the reported speech is used because they want to emphasize on the incidents, on the person, on the action. That's the end of today's session, session number 4. In tomorrow's session, we are going to see the last session. We are going to see types of sentences and we are going to see error analysis. We are going to do a lot of practice of error analysis and understand even some of the grammar part which we could not focus during our these 4 or 5 sessions. As well as tomorrow I am going to give some guidelines on the test, its timing, nature, and even if possible, I'll show you one sample certificate which you will get after the successful completion of this course. Thank you very much.